guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Lilian. If it's your first time stopping by, you're definitely welcome. So today I'm going to be talking about things to do while you wait for an opportunity or while you're working towards an opportunity. So basically the emphasis is going to be on working towards an opportunity or the season of wait. So first of all, I'm going to be very generic when talking about opportunity, meaning I will not be specific to talk about maybe a promotion. I won't be specific to talk about an opportunity to go to university or an opportunity to move to a new country. It's just going to be something that's very generic, and the emphasis will be on the waiting period or the working towards an opportunity period. Okay, so I guess the question I'm going to be asking you guys is, what are you doing now? Like, I also feel like in this case I'm also talking to myself, because I'm definitely not where I would love to be in terms of just life, career. There's certain things, certain expectations that I'm hoping for or looking towards or working towards basically, but I'm not there yet. So what am I doing while I wait? So I'm just going to be sharing out like certain points on the things, certain points on what you should be doing now, because it's so easy to get frustrated. It's so easy to, especially when you're not seeing your desired like outcome or desired result, it's so easy to become complacent, frustrated and whatnot. But the most important thing is staying focused, being joyful in the moment, having like positive attitude, just doing those necessary things, keep alive, not just being alive, but enjoy yourself in whatever season you are in. So let's get right into the video. So the first thing I'm going to say is, while you wait or while you're working towards an opportunity, it's very important that you build yourself. You're able to build your skills, your soft skills, hard skills, technical skills, whatever skills you're building. Ensure that you're building yourself to make sure that you have solidified and and you've honed the skills, like you've honed like specific soft skills, you've honed specific like technical skills. That's really important, because let me tell you, like, soft skills are really important. Ability to communicate properly and effectively, communicate your ideas, communicate your technical skills, that's very essential in any environment. It could be in the work environment, it could be in your school environment, because obviously you'll be doing presentations. In any environment, just being able to hone your skills is very important. The second point I'm going to talk on is embrace opportunities as they arises. So obviously I'm not going to say embrace every single opportunity that arises while you're waiting for the right one. I'm going to give an example. Let's say you graduated from university. I'm just using that as an example, and you have these goals and intention to become a process engineer. I'm just throwing out examples there and just ideas. But your very first role, you've gotten a position as a lab technician, something like that. I will still encourage you to take that, because in that season, in that period, you're still building yourself, you're still building your soft skills, you're still building your technical skills, you're still building your teamwork skills, ability to work in a team, which is really important. You're building all those. So sometimes, obviously not every opportunity you should take, but be smart, have a goal, know where you want to be like 5 years down the line, and start working towards that. So any opportunity that will lead you to where you want to be within that 5-year period, make sure you're also working on that. So that's my second point, is accept opportunities as they arise. The third thing I'm going to say is, your waiting season is a season of preparation. So the alternative for this would be maybe self-care. That's just what I'm going to say. So it's really important that you're taking good care of yourself. You've healed from any trauma that you may have experienced. So I'm just going to give an example. There's different types of trauma. You could experience trauma as a child. You could experience like emotional trauma. Maybe you grew up in an environment where your parents were like abusive, your dad was beating your mom, domestic violence. I'm just throwing out like random examples that can actually hurt people and even prevent them from achieving what they need to achieve because they're still dealing with this trauma. And the other example I'm going to put out there, it could be relationship. Let's say you were in a very terrible relationship, you weren't valued, you weren't treated right, and the pain of that relationship is still lingering on. So those are examples of trauma that could actually prevent you from entering into your promised land, which is the opportunity that you're waiting for, that you're looking forward to, or whatever. So the reason I'm saying this, there are certain people that, let's say as a child, maybe their parents or their mom went through like abuse and went through a very tough situation, and they never really dealt with that aspect of their life. Instead, they just swept that trauma under the carpet. Guess what? Whenever you're walking on that carpet and you walk past that trauma, your chances of falling is very high. You're going to trip. You could fall, you could hurt yourself, you could be lucky, you could just fall and be able to easily get back up. So what would you do? You need to go back under that carpet and take out the obstacle in order to pass that place without falling down, basically. So why am I saying this? I really want to emphasize on healing from your trauma. Now, there are some people that use therapy to heal from your trauma. There's some people who use prayer to even know what that trauma is and heal from that trauma. So you could use prayer for God. You could ask God to expose that pain, expose whatever thing that's holding me back. Like, Lord, expose this and give me the strength and the ability to deal with this trauma so I can move forward. Because guess what? If you don't, let's say you had like an emotional issue when you were young or something, I don't know, I'm just giving examples because I really don't know. There's different types of trauma. I'm just talking about the emotional aspect, but there's different types, honestly. And let's say you haven't dealt with this particular trauma, but in your career you're looking for a promotion, for example. And when you get that promotion, your chances of lasting in that role becomes really difficult, because sometimes you start getting stressed out because you don't even know how to handle stress. You're always stressed. Oh my God, what am I going to do? You're always overwhelmed, and you find that it's actually wearing you out because you haven't learned how to deal with certain situations in your life. So it's very important that you learn how to deal with whatever baggage you may be carrying on. Deal with it, take good care of yourself, take good care of your well-being, take good care of your emotional, physical, mental health. Take good care of yourself, and once you're able to take good care of yourself, I feel like things will start falling in place, because you will be more confident than you usually are. You'll be able to embrace certain situations, you'll be able to handle certain situations. So yeah, that's another very important thing I want to say, is take good care of yourself and ensure that you dealt with whatever trauma that you need to deal with. Because sometimes before God can promote you to a certain level, he needs to make sure that you're okay and you'll be able to handle the next stage of life before he actually promotes you to that stage. The next thing I want to say is, be confident in yourself. You need to be confident in yourself, because a lot of the time, maybe if you've switched to a new environment, you're trying to get to know people, blah 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 blah, you've moved to a new country, maybe they're discrediting your qualifications, or they're like, oh, you can't speak English, whatever the case may be. You still need to be confident in yourself, because I'm going to share this Bible verse with you. Before he formed you, he already knew you, right? Remember when God created man, God was like, after he created man, he said he saw that he was good, So what am I trying to say? When God created you, he formed you in his own image and likeness, and he saw that you were good. So God did not make mistake bringing you out to this world, because before he formed you, he has already perfected everything that has to do with you. He has perfected everything before you came into your mother's womb, and before you came out. He has planted those seeds that you would need to succeed in life. He has planted them in you. So what am I saying? You have everything that you need to succeed. You have everything. It says, the Bible also says he has given you everything that pertains to life and godliness. So it's high time that you become confident in yourself. Don't let the enemy lie to you. Oh, you're not good enough. Oh, you don't have this, you don't have that, like blah 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 blah. Like, what don't we hear? Like, oh, 1 in 3 black people will not get married, 1 in this, that. It's like, man, where are these statistics coming from? Like, even if it has to do with like North America, maybe the statistics is true in North America, you can always get married to someone who's from a different continent altogether. So just stop believing the lies of the enemy that you're not good enough. I don't even know what the lies is, but yeah. There's also another passage that comes to my mind, or another person in the Bible that comes to my mind, which is King Josiah. This guy was like 8 years old when he became a king. So I find that fascinating, because imagine being so young and you've already started doing exploits. And I'm not saying it's not happening in this our generation. It is happening in our generation, but it's not in a scale that is really, really big, like, you know, King Josiah. At this point, what he needed was mentors and people to nurture him, even as he walks towards being a king. But he already had that deposit in him, you know, whatever characteristics or qualifications or qualities, he already had that as in seed form at the age of 8. So I really want to encourage you guys out there, in your waiting season, don't just let time pass you by, sleeping, waking up, being lazy. Oh God, you promised me this, you promised me that, I haven't seen this. Make sure that in that season, you're working on yourself. There's also another point I want to make, and I can't remember the number. I don't know if it's number 5 now. This is the 5th point, I can't remember. The last thing I want to say is, while you wait, while you're in your waiting season, make sure you're also using your other gifts and talents. Don't just leave it idle because, oh, I want to get this particular role as a business analyst, for example, but now I'm not doing anything, I can't find any job, this, that. Start doing something where you are. Maybe you know how to cook, start running a cooking business. Maybe you know how to sing and use your voice. You can use your voice in the church. You can decide to release like songs out there. You don't have to use it in church. You can also use it elsewhere and make people happy. You can go to like shelters and sing for people. There's just a lot of things to do that sometimes we're so focused on this one particular thing, and then we neglect every other aspect of our life. And yeah, I just really want to encourage you, like, whatever season you're in, make sure you're utilizing that season properly. Just work on yourself, work on the necessary things that you need to do, and things will work out well for you guys. Anyways, that's it from me for this video, and I will catch you guys in my next video.